I'm here with DeQuavis Jones for Super Bands and make you run faster, jump higher, and be better at volleyball. As you can see, Super Bands have improved DeQuavis' jumping skills by quite a bit. He's now the best volleyball player in the world.
Hi, welcome to our Tide Talk. My name is Elena Anderson.
Hi, I'm Cale Butler.
And I'm Kara Henry. We are here to discuss the three worst inventions from 1900 to 1975.
Our first invention is the baby cage. It was made in 1922 to help babies in apartments get fresh air as well as sunlight. It looked like a large animal cage that would be hung outside of an apartment window. Although this may seem cruel, no babies were actually harmed while they were in the cage. Parents would just leave their kids in the cage and not worry about them.
How did this invention manage to sell?
The main way it sold was a health practice called airing, as well as the fact that the company targeted parents who were too busy to take care of their children for long.
So what is airing?
Airing was a health practice invented in 1894 by Dr. Luther Emmett Holt. It was the idea that fresh air would purify and renew blood, which would lead to multiple health benefits. These include better digestive system, a better appetite, as well as resistance to minor illnesses, resistance to the common cold, and resistance to low temperatures.
Were there any concerns with the idea of airing and putting these babies out in these conditions?
There are multiple concerns over the babies being exposed to cold temperatures. However, Dr. Holt responded by saying if the babies were exposed for short periods of time, and if it was gradually increased, the babies would have no threat to their health.
So were baby cages common in all cities or just in the U.S.?
They were used in the U.S. as well as London.
Are they still popular today?
No, and there could be multiple reasons why. The most likely cause is most likely due to the fact that parents are more concerned over their children's safety now than they ever were before. In addition, parents are home more often now than what they used to be.
Were baby cages even safe at first?
They appeared to be safe. However, there are multiple flaws with their design, and they could have given out with old age if they were used for much longer. In addition to this, something as simple as a storm could have knocked one off. And if a baby cage ever fell while a baby was inside, it could have been fatal for the baby. In conclusion, the baby cage was a poorly thought out design. Although it didn't kill or hurt anyone, it could have ended in disaster.
Our next invention is red dye number 2. We chose this because it had many negative effects on people. In 1971, Soviet scientists announced that red dye number 2 caused cancer. This particular dye was said to cause behavioral issues in children, to make them become moody or irritable at a very young age.
So did people know how harmful red dye number 2 was when it first came into market?
No one knew for the first 7 decades of its existence. Red number 2 seemed to be the safest of all the color agents. But in the early 1900s, the Department of Agriculture became alarmed at reports of coulter poisoning in the dye. The department began a study on almost 300 dyes that had been synthesized with coulter. It eventually chose only 7 as suitable for use in food. Red number 2 was among them.
Further testing proved whether or not red dye number 2 was actually harmful.
An experiment conducted by the FDA did raise doubts that it was harmful. A small number of female rats were fed red number 2 and developed twice as many tumors as a similar group that hadn't been given the dye. But another test showed that the group given red number 2 had fewer tumors than its control group.
Is red dye number 2 even a problem today?
The substance was banned from U.S. shelves in 1976, although Europe still uses this dye today. The U.S. uses red number 2, yet it is banned in Europe.
Why would it be banned in the U.S. but not Europe?
The research done in Britain had different results than the research done in the U.S. The British research showed negative effects from red number 2, such as tumors and other cancerous masses, while American research was inconclusive. Overall, red number 2 may have caused multiple cases of behavioral issues, but it was never unanimously decided to be toxic.
So not only has red dye number 2 affected many people, but Agent Orange has affected many as well. Agent Orange is a very powerful herbicide used by the military forces during Vietnam War to eliminate forest cover and crops for the North Vietnamese. The U.S. program commanded Operation Ranch Hand, which sprayed over more than 20 million gallons of various herbicides over Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos from 1961 to 1971. Agent Orange, which contained the deadly chemical dioxin, was the most commonly used to kill many Vietnamese people during the war.
How many people were affected by Agent Orange, and was it just in Vietnamese?
Well, from what researchers say, about 4.8 million people were exposed to Agent Orange, and over 3 million of them have been suffering from this deadly disease. Americans were affected too. If you served in the war, or if you were even near Vietnam while the war was going on, you were infected with this toxin. And so as you can see, Agent Orange has caused many health problems to Vietnamese soldiers and U.S. soldiers, and throughout citizens throughout both countries. It did do its job, although it has caused many deaths. But from this, we can tell that Agent Orange is one of the worst inventions from 1900 to 1975.
We feel as if these are three of the worst inventions made by the U.S. between 1900 and 1975. One was just poorly designed, another caused panic, and the third killed millions of people. They all failed in their own way.
Thank you for watching our Tide Talk. We hope you enjoyed.